Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you are new here. I am Martina Lily and today I'm going to show you guys all of the makeup that I used up in 2023. So hopefully that sounds interesting to you guys. If it does, go ahead and do the YouTubey things like subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. Quickly, this makeup look is coming. It's either up or it is coming very soon on the channel. So if it's up, I will link it. If it's not, stay tuned. Now, I started doing this series last year. This was my first one. In the year of 2022, I saved all of the makeup products that I completely used up in my collection and showed you the results of that in January last year. So I will also link that video down below for you guys as well. And I did the same thing in 2023. So today, this is all of the products that I've used up completely. There are some products in here which I'll show you as I go along, which are like not completely used up, but I feel like I'm going to give myself some grace and like brownie points and say they are, because I've used them to the point where like they're nearly used up, and the reason why I couldn't finish them was because they expired for one reason or another, and I'm just going to give myself some grace, and I don't want to hear about it in the comments if you don't agree, okay? So yeah, and then I'm going to tell you guys what I think about them, if I'm repurchasing them, that kind of stuff. Just remember, all my own opinion. Like, we all have different opinions and that's totally okay. If I like something or don't like something and you don't or you do, totally fine, we're all different. That's what makes the world amazing. What will we start off with? I guess let's start off with primers. I used up the Rose Inc Tinted Serum Primer. I had the shade 040 and I do quite enjoy this, and I think if you're looking for a product like this, you know, I don't think you would personally like regret is the word I'm trying to look for, all words have gone, picking this up. I personally love the Chanel Le Beige's Water Fresh tint more, because the Water Fresh tint has this real burst of freshness and cooling to the skin, which I personally love and adore, because I like to use this product as a primer. I know you can use these as a foundation. For me, they're a primer, and the reason why I love the Chanel one is that cooling feeling. It really just soothes and hydrates my sensitive red skin in the best way, and this product is very similar in the same sense of like the coverage and like the finish it has on the skin, but it doesn't have that cooling burst of freshness that the Chanel one has. So that is why I like the Chanel one more. So I'm not going to repurchase this. However, you know, I used it up. It was lovely to use. And if I had never tried the Chanel one before, I probably would repurchase this one. This is the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. And am I supposed to be showing you that these are like all used up? I mean, a little bit came out there. There you go. That's awkward, but it's basically finished. We're just going to have a system of trust, okay? I can't be bothered working through all of that. We're professionals around here. Anyway, Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. I've actually already repurchased this. Here's the proof, should you need it. Took me a really long time actually to use this one up. I kind of had it in my collection and was like, I'm not really that phased about it. And then I had a project running in 2021, I think, or 22. It must have been 22, sorry, where I went through and my entire collection and found all these products that were like either halfway or 3/4 of the way done, and was like, I'm going to focus on using these completely up this year. And this was one of them. And because I used it so consistently, I just found that every time I used it, my makeup looked so immaculate. And then when I used it up, I didn't have it for about 2 or 3 months and I missed it. Like, I constantly was like, oh, I want to use the Tatcha primer. Oh, I don't have it. So I figured because I missed it so much, I needed to repurchase it. And yeah, it is one of my favorite primers. I used a full mini of the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer, which is this one. I had already gone through, so in 2022, I went through my first small one of these. I went through this one last year. I might have even honestly gone through another one of these last year too, and I just accidentally, because I know I did accidentally throw some empties away just going, oh, just without thinking, sorry. Anyway, I've already repurchased this one, but this time I picked up the bigger size because I've gone through 2 of these, and it is hands down the best pore filling primer I've ever tried, period. It just is. It just is. I used a green color corrector. This is the Sephora green color corrector. So I didn't like fully scrape the sides, but like it is, I don't know. It's pretty much empty. Like, honestly, I did actually get a brush in there a couple of times, but you know, I'm not gonna go to that length, if you will. Like, if you're looking for someone that's going to do an empty where they've like gotten the stopper out and like really scraped it, then this video is going to really disappoint you, and I'm terribly sorry. But in terms of just like using the applicator as it is and getting product out, it's done, okay? This was a really nice green color corrector actually, and if you're looking for, I think it was affordable. I think it was like maybe $12 or $14 or something like that. Honestly, really good for that price point, and like I wouldn't not purchase it again. However, I've picked up the Tarte one since, and I do probably prefer that one a little bit more just in terms of the shade of green that it is, but this is nice. Let's do foundations. This is the KVD Good Apple Balm foundation in the shade Light 12. When I actually purchased this, I purchased it in America in 2021, and I purchased 2 at the time because at that point, actually you still can't even get this in Australia. But it just never came to Australia, this foundation, so I had already purchased 2. So I've already got a backup in my collection. I wouldn't repurchase this now. Say I didn't have that backup, I wouldn't actually repurchase this one. I would repurchase the Good Apple Serum foundation, the liquid one, because I prefer that one more. But this is a good product. Like, I used it up. My husband even really liked this on me. It's very full coverage. I wore this to like as my foundation for my best friend's wedding, for example. I was a bridesmaid in it. I can't remember if I said that, but yeah, I really do like this, and I think if you have really dry skin, you'll absolutely love this. But for me, I do prefer the serum one just a little bit more. This is the NARS Mont Blanc Light Reflecting Foundation. Mont Blanc is the shade. It looks like there's still stuff in here, but there's not. I actually even did like unscrew this one and like work it around in that. Again, I'm not going to get a brush in there and like pull all of this out. I've already got another one in my collection, so this one is empty enough for me. But I love this. This is one of my all-time favorite foundations. It's such a skin-like foundation. I think if you have super oily skin, you won't really like it. But for me, like, I wore this on my wedding day. It's just your skin but better. It's not super full coverage. It's not super light. It's just beautiful. It really is your skin but better foundation. I absolutely adore it. Like, I already have another one in my collection. I love it. This one, I'll be honest, I didn't fully get to use all the way up, but I don't know if you can see there. See how it's like all empty through here? Like, I really did get super duper close to using this one up. I really did. And the only reason why I couldn't finish this is because it did go off, and I noticed like it never oxidized on me. And then sometimes when foundations turn, they can just all of a sudden start really oxidizing on you, and that's what this did for me. But it is honestly so close. Like, I don't even know if you can see. I don't think it's gonna show you how empty it is. It's only got like not even a quarter left, like way less than a quarter left in here. So yeah, I did repurchase this already as well. I do really like it. When I want a matte full coverage foundation, like a full coverage foundation, this is the one I go for, and it really is still quite thin on the skin. I will say I found foundations I like more since trying this, but I don't regret repurchasing or anything. And I think if it's something that you're interested in trying and you like that full coverage, more matte finish foundation, you'll probably really like it. But personally for me, like the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation, for example, I would personally recommend that one over this now, or even the new formulated Lancome Tint Idol. Love that. So yeah, I wouldn't repurchase it now, but I did repurchase it at the time of finishing that, which was like, I think more towards the start of the year. 3 concealers. Now, I didn't completely finish these 3 concealers up, but I got so close, especially if you've seen my concealer collection, it's quite large. I really did, but they just went off, and like all 3 of these only had a 6-month expiry, which I didn't actually realize. But this is the KVD Good Apple concealer, and like, you're not going to be able to see it. The packaging doesn't show it at all, but I really came so close. I promise you, Scouts on, I swear, came so close to finishing these. It was a goal of mine, but they went off just before I could. But yeah, these are good concealers. I wouldn't re-pick them up personally. Just not quite enough full coverage for me. If they had more coverage in them, I probably would, but I would like a touch more coverage. But if you've got super dry under eyes, and you don't need that full coverage, then you might actually quite like these because they're very hydrating on the under eye. But yeah, I'm not going to repurchase them at the moment. This one is the one size, and again, like you can't really see. I've like scraped the sides on some of it, but it's probably got about no, you can't see. It's got about a quarter left, like it's about up to here. But again, it went off before I could finish it, and I really like this one. I can see myself repurchasing this potentially down the track. I'm not rushing to repurchase it, if I'm honest, because I have so many concealers in my collection. I like to go through a few first, and honestly I also like to pick up new releases quite consistently to try the formulas. But yeah, it's not my favorite. It's very full coverage. It's quite hydrating on the under eye, quite smoothing. It's not too heavy or cakey. It's definitely more of a natural finish. So if you want something incredibly hydrating, it's not for you. And it is full coverage. So again, if you don't want full coverage, not for you. But for me, I actually did really enjoy this. This would be like top 5 in my collection for sure. I'm just trying to go through some others, but I can see myself potentially picking that up again. I really can. Powders. I used 2 powders up in 2023. The first one is this Make Translucent powder. I feel like I just nailed it, right? Like you can tell. I know there's a little bit here, but like I couldn't get it with a brush anymore. I've already repurchased this. It's actually the under eye powder I'm wearing on my eyes today. I love it. I actually only picked this up and started using it too in like February last year. Like that's how much I used and loved this. It is my favorite under eye powder, hands down. I don't like it all over my face. I think if you have really dry skin, you will like it all over your face, but for combos upward skin, you probably won't. But for my under eyes, because my under eyes, this part of my face, like the T-zone part, combination oily. Under eyes, Sahara Desert. Make it make sense, I don't know. But this powder is so lovely and hydrating for my under eyes in that sense, and it also just has this perfect level of tint to it that it just adds a slight little bit more of coverage that I'm looking for. So I've already repurchased that, and I will continue to repurchase it unless I really do find a powder that's like even better. I also used the Vive Modern Powder Perfector. This one probably has a little bit more left in it than the other, but it just got to that awkward point where I had to like scrape it and like repress it because I couldn't quite get the powder out, and like I'm not about that life. That's way too much effort for me. I'll be honest, I'm lazy. I'm a lazy girl. It's too much. So for me, this is empty. I do like this. I wouldn't repurchase it. It reminds me a little bit of the Make powder, but I find the Make powder is just a little bit more, I want to say heavy duty in the best way, because I feel like if I say heavy duty, it almost sounds negative, but in a really good way. This was just a little bit too fine, where it didn't add just enough of anything to the skin, whereas this one did. So I probably would have repurchased this if I never discovered this one, but I love the Make more. I used up a Milk Hydro Grip setting spray, this little one right here. I've already repurchased this as well. I love it. I can't believe it took me so long to even try this. It does set your makeup, it really does. Like I always find it hard to say what a setting spray does, but I just know when I use them whether or not they work. And for some reason this little magic potion does extend the wear time. But the other thing that I love about this is when I spray it on my face or use it to set my face, it has that like cool, refreshing feeling, like what the Chanel Le Beige's water tint has, which again, I always have this like sensitive hot skin, so I love that cooling, refreshing feeling. So yeah, I've repurchased it and shall continue to repurchase it. I used one cream contour. I used the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. I had this for a little while. I picked it up because it was like this viral product and I really wanted to kind of, I guess, have it in my collection. I'm not repurchasing this. I don't personally rate this. I prefer the Tarte Sculpt Tape wand to this. I find that formula, 1, far better shade range, and 2, I just find that formula better. This one I found, if I wasn't careful, regardless of when I applied it, would lift my foundation underneath. I just found this one really quite difficult, and I prefer the Tarte shade. The price is the same, so that doesn't really matter too much, but yeah, I don't know. And I don't know how she hasn't extended the shade range of this yet. She's still only got 2 shades, and like it's her most viral product almost. But yeah, I personally, formula wise, prefer the Tarte one, so I'm not repurchasing that. An eye primer that I used up is the Rare Beauty eye primer. So did I discover this last year? I feel like maybe I did. I've completely used this one up, and again, I already have another one. I love this. I will continue to repurchase it. It's my favorite eye primer because it's like, again, I have dry under eyes and dry lids, and so this eye primer really extends the wear time of my eyeshadow, stops any potential creasing, and makes the shadows blend beautifully over the top of it. But it also has this beautiful kind of slight hydration to it, where It doesn't dry my lids out or make them look crepey or anything like that. So sometimes if I'm not careful, the NARS Smudge Proof Primer, for example, that might get too matte on my lids and like crepe them up and make them look a bit dry, whereas this kind of just smooths them out and makes them look lovely. So I love that one. I used a Victoria Beckham Cocoa Liner. So, sorry, my camera focuses terribly. It actually, there was like a teeny bit left in here and the pencil bit actually just fell out. So I've already repurchased it. Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal Liners, hands down, my favorite eyeliner on the market. I will continue to repurchase them. They're just so good. If you have sensitive eyes, they are highly worth checking out, truly, because they are amazing. And the reason why I love them so much is because I have sensitive eyes, and they are the only eyeliner pretty much, them and the Lisa Eldridge, that do not irritate my eyes at all. I've got 3 brow products that I used up. A Gimme Brow. I already have this repurchased. I've gone through so many Gimme Brows in my time. I think they're great. Like, it's definitely a great brow gel to really thicken my brows up and push them up, but thicken them up in the best way possible. So I love that. Another brow product is the Mario Brow Gel, the clear one. I can't actually open this to show you, sorry, it's like stuck. I actually only just repurchased this about a month or so ago. I went through a phase when I first picked this one up. I wasn't super wowed by it, and then I put it in my project of like, use this makeup up, and I used it like every day for a while, and I really came to just like, it's one of those products that like sneaks up on you. It might not like instantly blow you away, but the more and more you use it, all of a sudden you just become absolutely attached to it, and that happened to me with this one. So yeah, I have repurchased it. I really like it. It's really nice if you want that kind of feathered up, fluffed up brow. And for that, I love it. I don't quite understand why this is such a long package, but anyway, I do really, really like that. And obviously I have repurchased it. And then I also used up this NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel. I actually got this for free from Ulta. Why does my camera never want to focus? There we go. I got this for free from Ulta, and it's not bad actually. If you're looking for a good drugstore clear brow gel, I recommend it. I used up 2 Pat McGrath Labs Intensify sticks. Yep, 2 whole ones. And I even had gotten a brush and like scraped like as much of the product as I could physically get out of them. I've already got another one, and I've got 2 in backup. I will never be without this. If you have been around my channel at all, this is my staple core product in my entire collection. You will, I will cry if they ever discontinue this. So yes, I've already got backups. It's the only makeup product that I will always have backups of because I use it that often. I used so many mascaras. The YSL Lash Clash, I picked this up because Andrea Ali, like, this is her favorite mascara. For me, no, this is not my favorite mascara. The wand is too big for me. Like, my eyes are too little. I couldn't get the wand in enough to my eyes without like stabbing them or smudging black all over my top lid. So yeah, this is not a repurchase for me. It's not my personal fave. However, if you have bigger eyes or you do like a mascara wand with like a bigger wand, then you'll like it. I used another of the Victoria Beckham Future Lash Mascara. this is my second one of these I've completely used up. I absolutely love and adore this mascara. It is my all-time, like one of my all-time favorites. It is a tubing mascara. See how little this wand is? That's why I love it. This is my perfect everyday kind of mascara because it's tubing. I personally love a tubing mascara. It's just the way that my eyes, like, they react really well to tubing mascaras is what I should say when I'm taking them off at the end of the day. But also this doesn't flake, and it's just a really nice like formula and wand. I don't know why I would like actually go and put that on my eyes. It's completely expired. It's just a really nice formula for the everyday in the sense that it is a bit bubble, but it's not like too crazy and out there. It's just really nice, and like on the everyday, I don't want my lashes to be like too impactful because I do have hooded eyes. So, and it's also one of the reasons that I don't like wearing false lashes. Well, this reason, but also the fact that I just hate the feeling of false lashes on my eyes. But I don't want my lashes to be like too much because then you can't see my eyeshadow at all because I have hooded eyes. So yeah, I love that one. I haven't repurchased it yet. I absolutely will be, but I have so many mascaras that I have to go through before I repurchase any. So until I have gone through quite a few, but that one will be at the top of my list to repurchase. The Tower 28 mascara. I picked this up. Everyone was raving about this mascara. I don't even think I can get this open. Here we go. This wasn't bad. I don't think it was as rave-worthy for me as what everyone was raving about it for. But the other thing that annoyed me, literally I think I got maybe 2-3 weeks out of this, and then it just completely dried up and I couldn't use it anymore. So this expired. This is the quickest mascara I've ever owned that has expired that quickly. Like yeah, it was maximum a month, if that. And then it just got really, really dry and flaky, and it was too much. So yeah, I wouldn't repurchase it based off of that, but I know a lot of people seem to like it. The Benefit Bad Girl Bang I had a mini of. I don't know why I have held off trying this particular mascara for so long. I just thought I would absolutely hate this, and it is one of the best mascaras I have ever tried. This one, the Victoria Beckham Future Lash and the Rabanne mascara, which I haven't got as an empty yet, they're the 3 mascaras that will be like core staples in my collection once I've gone through all of the ones that I own. So they're the ones that I'm like repurchasing and always having in my collection. This is so good. This is when I want that vavoom lash. I just want my lashes to be like boom, and it's like, are you wearing falsies? Absolutely not. That's what this does. I absolutely love it, and I thought I was gonna hate it, but I don't. And so many of you guys seem to love it as well. But yeah, I haven't repurchased it yet, but absolutely I will be. The Say mascara, honestly, I can't really remember this. But in saying that, I think it was in my, I can't remember if this was, it must have been my mid-year faves. Like I've put this as a favorite at some point during the year, but I can't remember why. So clearly it's not a fave anymore, because I cannot remember what I liked about this mascara whatsoever. Like, it's obviously made no long-term impact. Whereas the Bad Girl Bang I went through ages ago, I can still remember being so impressed by this, and same with like the Victoria Beckham Future Lash. But I can't remember anything about this. I cannot even tell you what I liked or didn't like about this. So because of that, I'm not going to repurchase it. And then the Milk Cush mascara, I also used one of these up. So I actually really liked this. Really liked this. I love the wand. I loved the formula. I loved the way this made my lashes look. But again, this was another one that expired so quickly, and then as it's like within 3 weeks it was expiring to the point where it then started flaking and everything on the lids. It just got too dried out. So unfortunately, because of that, I'm not going to repurchase. But had it had the same longevity as say like the Bad Girl Bang, then I probably would have. We just have lip products now, and these are all pretty much lip glosses, lip balm. The first one is the Summer Fridays Lip Butter in Vanilla. Is that gonna focus? Yeah. So this one right here, I've actually already repurchased. I purchased the trio that they came out with at Christmas, which has the vanilla, the iced coffee, which smells amazing. It lives in my handbag. I love that iced coffee one. I don't know if that's limited edition, and if it is, some Fridays you can bring that out as permanent, because that's amazing. The smell of it is divine. Anyway, and then the red cherry one. So I've already repurchased 3. I love this. It's one of my favorite lip balms, period. It's so good. I used another Mario Moisture Glow. This one is in Blush Glow, so it won't like twist up anymore kind of thing. It's completely used up, and I do really like this one. The year before I used Rose Glow completely up, and I much prefer the shade Rose Glow to Blush Glow. I didn't super love this shade. Formula wise, really nice. It does have a little bit of that minty cooling feeling, so if you don't like that, don't pick it up. But I still find, even with that, these are really hydrating and nourishing on my lips, which is what I love about them. But yeah, I don't love this shade, and I currently have Apricot Glow, I think. Yeah, I have Apricot Glow, this one right here, and if this one isn't used up, but I'm actually going to make it a huge focus, because once this is done, I will pick up Rose Glow again, because that one is my favorite. I just don't love these shades as much. I used 2 Tower 28 lip jellies up, so one, the pink one is Pistachio, and then the other one is Dream. And I actually picked this up as like a holiday set or like a bundle set or something when I went to America in 2021 or 2022, whatever, it doesn't matter. I used them up last year completely. I love the Tower 28 lip jellies. They are awesome. They're such a, oh, how do you even describe them? They're like a watery lip oil in a way. They're very hydrating, lightweight on the lips, have lovely tints to them and everything. I think these are one of the best kind of lip glosses, lip balms on the market, but they do go off quite quickly. So I don't know, I have a heap in my collection right now. These are a product that I like to have when I don't have too many lip glosses and stuff in my collection, because you can't just leave these for like a year and they hold up. They really do kind of reach that 6-month expiry, at least from what I've found. So I'm not going to repurchase just yet. However, I do find their formula creme de la creme. And if you don't have a lot of lip glosses and stuff in your collection, then I really recommend them. But for me right now, I need to cull through some more. I also used a Rephr Lip Dew in Pesca. So I completely used this one up, and I love the Rephr Lip Dews. I don't love Pesca as much as I love Rosa. Rosa is now in my current like rotation to finish up, because I actually picked up Rosa before I picked up Pesca. But I kind of like slowed down on using Rosa because I love the shade so much, but it's getting to that point where I'm like, if I don't use it up within a month or two, it's going to expire. So yeah, I really love these. These are one of the best lip oils in my personal opinion on the market. They're very, very nourishing and very, very hydrating. And I really love the applicator. It's really amusing to me. It's kind of like that Dior Lip Oil one. Speaking of the Dior Lip Oil, I completely used this up as well. This was the quickest lip oil I've ever used up, ever, period. I have it wrapped in like a tissue because it did start leaking. That was the only thing that annoyed me about this, is it did start leaking. So I couldn't just throw it in my bag or whatever, but I used this up so quickly. It is a really nice product. It really, really is. Do I like the Rephr Lip Oil more? Oh, they're very different. This one is more of like a clear formula, and this one's more of a... This one's a thicker formula and definitely has more pigment to it, so they are very different. I honestly couldn't tell you which one I like more. Maybe the Dior, but I really do like Rephr Rosa as well. But I did, when I tell you I used this up within like 2-3 months, I really did. So yeah, I haven't repurchased it yet. I've got the Tom Ford lip oil on the go right now, so I might repurchase this one once I finish this one up. But we'll see. You know, like I said, I've got a heap of lip oils and lip glosses and stuff that that are getting to that point where I really need to focus on them. Otherwise, they're going to expire themselves. So I'm going to cull through them, and then we'll see where we go from there. 2 more. I used the Luna Beauty lip oil in Kiss Me, which I absolutely love. I think Luna Beauty's lip oils are... Actually, no, this was the lip oil, not the lip gloss. That's right. Yeah, this is pretty good, actually. I didn't think this was as amazing as the Dior or the Rephr. Sorry. The Luna Beauty lip gloss is exceptional, but the lip oils were just okay for me. I think the lip glosses were better, a better product. I personally would pick up the Rephr or the Dior over the Luna Beauty lip oil, but that's just me. I also used the Lawless Forget the Filler Plumping Lip Gloss. This is in Rosy, I think, Rosy Outlook. And I also used the pink one. I got 2 of these. I got this one and a dark pink one, but I threw the dark pink one away when I finished it because that lived in my handbag. Anyway, this one finished up. So I did finish 2 of these. And I wouldn't repurchase these, I'll be honest. I didn't really feel like they did too much for the plumping. I found them a little bit sticky, a little bit heavy just for my personal liking. So not that I can get this easily in Australia. I picked this up when I went to America, but yeah, I don't think I would personally repurchase this again. There's just other formulas that I like more. That is all of the makeup that I used up in 2023. I feel like I did a pretty solid effort. I can't remember if I did more in 2022 or not. I know I went through a heap of makeup in 2022, and so that's why I do feel like the makeup that I brought in last year was like pretty much like brand new to my collection, because I know I went through so much the year before, but maybe I'm wrong. I always use a heap of mascaras and lip glosses. Like every year I can guarantee you there'll be a heap of mascaras and glosses because they're the products that I use the most, and like intensify sticks, sorry. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. I think I did pretty decent. I really do. Could I have done more? Sure, but I feel like this is a solid effort considering like how large my collection is. So yeah. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below, and let me know some of the products that you completely finished up in the year of 2023. I would love to know. You know, if you've made it to this point, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. And I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.